Hello and welcome to Louisville Now. I call this your fast pass for behind the scenes and how Metro government works. I am honored to introduce a man who's been serving our community for over 10 years. He is the newly appointed county clerk, Jefferson County Clerk, David Yates. David, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you being on today. Okay, before we get into your new position, I think people need to be aware of not only in the Senate, but you have been serving the South End for over 10 years and very well, which to me makes you very qualified for this position. Give me a little overview of your career.
Okay, well, I started off, grew up in the South End in the area where I was raised. I went to Holy Cross High School, undergrad at University of Louisville, went to law school and came back, was Assistant Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, opened my own law practice and decided to run for Metro Council. I was the youngest Metro Council person elected. And I came in 2010. I served 10 years on the council, 2 terms as president of the council, and decided to hang it up and just try to serve the community in other ways. I got a call from the governor and talked about running for state senate, and I did it. It was just a great opportunity, serving the state senate and also in leadership. And then this opportunity came, and just another opportunity to serve my community.
Yeah, when Mayor Greenberg appointed you, I thought, okay, this guy is proving he's a great ambassador for Louisville, because one of the first things you did was that you paid a tribute to Bobby Holtzclaw. That was important to you, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, you talk about any great public servant deserves to be recognized. Bobby Holtzclaw, at 27 years of what she has done for her community, given herself the sacrifice to make this office what it is. Not only has it created such a great foundation that we get to continue to build on, but a legacy. And so I think that she is well deserved of that honor, and I want to make sure we recognize that. And one way to continue to honor that is to do a great job. Because I know how important that this job and this position that I get to hold is for her and for the people who work here.
You're the right man for the position. I think because of your contacts, because of the work that you have done, a lot of what you do is about partnerships, being able to pick up the phone and talking to people. You're maybe overqualified. Is this a position that you sought, or was it something that someone approached you and said, hey, you'd be right for this?
John, I can tell you my entire career in public service, it was almost by act of God. It's never been something I've always searched out. It's an opportunity to serve. Whether it was in the Metro Council, I saw a need, an opportunity. When it was serving as president, when it was in the state senate, it was in leadership. It looked, there's so many opportunities for this office to be able to help people. And given that, and given my connections on the Metro Council, in the state senate, I was just talking to Secretary Gray yesterday with transportation, talking to the governor, working with it, with the sheriff's office, with the PVA, with the circuit court clerk. We can work together in unison, and we can better serve our constituents. And to me, that's just so important.
So there's a void now, though. I'm curious about how they feel your position with the state senate. How does that work, David?
So it's a special election, similar when Senator McGarvey became Congressman McGarvey. So we do a special election, and then it's determined the Republican Party will pick their candidate, the Democrat Party picks their candidate, and then there could be an independent. That's been done at this point. There's 2 candidates. It'll just be within the district. There is 80 precincts, so we'll have about 30. We'll have 32 poll workers. Will come in. We'll have 8 different voting places put in place, and we're going to make sure every vote counts, making sure that it's accurate and that people get to cast it, and it's important.
Yes.
It's important to fill that seat, that vacancy. Obviously, it's very important to me in the area in the South End to make sure they have a strong voice. But more important than that is just to make sure that people are involved in the process. And so that's why I think special elections are.
Yeah, as Jefferson County Clerk, you're a guy who does his homework. I'm curious about your goals. I'm sure you thought this out. What are some of your goals, David?
Well, first and foremost is to make us open and transparent. Right now, you think about the way democracy, elections are probably the most fundamental part of a democracy, so a fair, accurate, transparent elections, and we're going to make sure we do that. But also, there's so much more the clerk's office does, and part of that is I want to be streamlined in services. I want to make sure that people are protected right now in the world with fraud and some of the hacking. I've got to make sure we double down on our technology and make sure that it's secure and safe. But other than that, I want to make it just a better quality of life for the people using a lot of services, but also for the employees. The men and women here have worked really hard, and part of my job is to uplift them. So all at the same time, will be better services, good communication, streamlining, protecting, and,
Yes.
and I just want to uplift.
Sure. I think the fact that you are so young pays dividends, especially in this day and age, because technology is important. You touched upon that. Maybe some technology that we may see in the future that goes to work for us here in Jefferson County.
Well, we look at best practices throughout the whole United States. So we're not stuck in our bubble. So I've been traveling, I've been talking, I've been on the phone, working with our Secretary of Transportation, talking to the governor, and then obviously a partnership with our mayor's office as well. We want to implement the best. Our goal is not just to be lead Kentucky, but lead the United States. Again, we'll have more calls this afternoon. We're working on it. Maybe possible kiosks that could be out in the district to ease it, so you can get your services then and there. Anything that we can do that better provide services that'll be effective and accurate.
I enjoyed the conversation. I think the team of Bashir, Greenberg, Yates, I'm proud to be a Louisvillian, and you're a big part of that. So, David, really, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So proud to be part of the team working with you.
You're fantastic, my man. All right, we talked to David Yates, Jefferson County Clerk. Coming up here, when I was a farm boy, we used to test our soil, nitrogen, nutrients. Have you had your soil tested? We'll tell you why you might want to do that and exactly what would happen if you did. Coming up next on Louisville Now.
Want to know what's happening in your city? MetroTV shows your government in action. MetroTV is the only place you will see every minute of Metro Council meetings live. Be informed, be prepared, be a part of our community. Stay connected with Louisville Metro TV on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, YouTube, and Spectrum Cable Channel 184. Metro TV. Engage, empower, entertain.
Soil testing, as I mentioned before, when I lived on a farm for a short period of time, and that was something we did every year. We tested our soil. But why should you test your soil? With me now is Kristen Dillon, who is with Agriculture and Natural Resources. You're an agent, correct?
Yes, I'm an extension agent.
All right. Thank you very much for clarifying. Welcome in. You brought props. So before we get into the props, I love props, by the way. Before we get into that, tell me a little bit of why someone who's watching Louisville Now should be interested in soil testing.
It really kind of just lets you know if there's any nutrient imbalances or if you have like a imbalanced pH, and it kind of lets you know how much fertilizer, how many amendments do you need to put on, and it can help your plant growth, but it can also like save you money and then also help the environment by not applying too much.
Okay. Is this specifically for people who have gardens, vegetable gardens, flower gardens?
Yes, but it can also be if you have a lawn and also like people that are just farming in general.
Are there any indicators, Kristen, of someone who may be watching who does like to spend time in their yard? Is there any indications of, okay, you should get your soil tested? Maybe it's that plants or vegetables aren't doing as well as they thought. What would be an indicator?
If those leaves are kind of starting to yellow or they're not growing as well as they used to, if you have some bare patches, or even if you're starting to see some more weed presence in the past couple years.
Okay, so these props, love them. Okay, I'm assuming this is what's going to get that sample, correct?
Yes, so if you're doing it at home by yourself, you can use like a little like spade or something, and you're gonna go around your yard or your garden and kind of dig maybe 3 to 4 inches or up to 6 inches. But when I go out to farms, I use this, and I can take some samples and I'll put it in a bucket, mix it together, and that's gonna be my sample I send to the lab.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, I think it's interesting that because there was a time when this was very specific to farmers. When I was growing up, we were growing soybeans and corn and wanted to make sure we rotated the crops to keep everything balanced. So I know a little bit about it. Tell me, what will this show us here, Kristen?
So this is kind of just showing you what soil looks like underneath your feet. Some people aren't really aware of what that looks like. And so this is just really kind of showing us, it starts as bedrock and it becomes weathered, and then we add in some organic matter, and these plants and soil microbes are starting to kind of mix together and create that topsoil that we really like to see.
Okay. Obviously now we're in the middle of fall, so I'm curious, is now a good time to get your soil tested? Should you wait till the spring? When is a good time?
Fall is the best time to do it,
Oh, okay.
so that we can get those results back to you. You can add any amendments that you need, and it'll be ready for you by spring.
Okay, so who do they call? What's the process like? Tell me a little bit about that, because I'm sure there are folks watching now who say, hey, I'd like to get that done.
Well, so we do offer, thanks to our partnership with the Jefferson County Soil and Water Conservation District, we offer 2 free soil tests to each unique Jefferson County address. And so you're going to go around and take maybe 5 or 6 samples per area. So maybe front yard you're going to separate from your backyard, and then you're going to put it in a Ziploc, bring it to our office, and then we'll send it out to the lab, and you'll get a report that looks something a little bit like this. And then I can help with recommendations on how to fix those.
So when you say recommendations on how to fix, is this, we're talking about fertilizer, additives, that kind of thing?
Yes, I can help if you want to go the synthetic route, but I can also help with like organic matter, and like if you want to apply compost or manure, I can help you kind of calculate how to do that.
Okay. And this is interesting stuff, because I think there's a lot of folks, that's a big hobby now, very popular. Grow some flowers, grow your own vegetables, so you can help make sure that they get the crop or the results that they're looking for.
Yeah.
As an agricultural and natural resources extension agent, what other things do you do? I'm curious. Obviously, we're focused here on soil, but tell me, what do you do?
I kind of do classes and workshops. I take like research-based information from the University of Kentucky, and I teach it to people in like a class or workshop type setting. But then I also can do like individual one-on-one consultations. So people call me, email me, and even come into my office to ask questions, and I can help plan things for anywhere from marketing to how to start a seed.
What you do is very interesting. So I'm curious, agriculture background, were you raised on a farm, or is it just something you've always had an interest in?
I actually grew up riding horses, and
Oh,
so I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and so that was my only
Welcome to
access-
Louisville.
Yeah, that was my only access to agriculture, but once I went to college, I realized that I love so much more than just animals. I love plants and the environment and soil and water, and so this is just the perfect position for me, really.
I think it is a perfect position. And you work in, I'm guessing, collaboration with UK, right? The University of Kentucky.
Yes, I'm a UK employee.
Okay. Well, thank you for visiting us. This has been very informative, and that's what we're all about, as you know, on Louisville Now. So coming up here, you may have heard the mayor mention a new law. What's it all about? We want to make you aware. That's what we do here. We'll be right back on Louisville Now. Copper wire theft is robbing us of our safety. Thieves are targeting our essential infrastructure, darkening roadways, disrupting emergency services, shutting down internet networks, and causing over $1 million in damages just last year. Copper wire theft is illegal. Mayor Craig Greenberg's Copper Wire Theft Task Force is getting results, but your help is needed. If you see something suspicious, call Crime Stoppers at 502-582-CLUE. You could get a $5,000 reward. Welcome back to Louisville Now. When I heard I was going to have a chief investigator on the show, I thought, oh man, I feel like I'm on Dateline. This could be trouble. Actually, it's a good thing. It's about a new law. Joining me now is Ronald Fay, and he is a chief investigator for the ABC. Ronald, thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, so before we get into details, set the table for me, this new law. Tell me about the mayor talked about it, but you can go into depth here. What's this new law about?
So absolutely. So Councilman Hudson and some co-sponsors have proposed this new legislation. It's still a proposed legislation until Metro Council approves that. And so some of the things we can talk about today about the proposal, until it is totally voted in to law, there's the potential for some changes.
Okay, so from what I understand, it involves massage parlors, correct?
It is, yes.
Okay, so what exactly are we looking for? I know it's a sensitive subject. With that being said, I didn't know there was an issue. Obviously there is. Tell me a little bit about what you can talk about here on.
Yes. So as you say, it's a sensitive subject. The thing is in Louisville, we want to have a no-nonsense approach to regulation, and it is there are businesses that are operating in Louisville that have some practices that may need some adjustments, and everything is safety-minded. So we want to ensure that in the massage industry, that those that are providing the services are professionally licensed, and that the practices are regulated to a point where when you see a business that's open in Louisville, that you can go into that business and partake in the services that are offered, and that it's done properly and appropriately.
And professionally, yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Okay. I get it now. I understand it now. From what I understand, you mentioned something that resonated with me. You said this is going to involve a vote. I'm assuming that's Metro Council. So tell me a little bit about this vote. How many do you need to move forward with this law? How does this happen? How does this work?
Okay, so on the legislative side, the council will make proposals, and they will have the ability to come up with a finished product that goes into law. Once that does pass through council and it's presented to us at ABC, we will be the one that does the licensing. So we would be the one that implements the law once it's put into effect. So as it relates to the proposals and those kind of discussions, we don't get involved in that portion of it. That is what the council, we're a resource, so we can we can give it our experiences or advice. But the thing is when the council makes that final ordinance into law, then we would be taking that and implementing those restrictions.
These massage parlors that may be violating this potential law here or not operating in a professional way, will they get a notification, some kind of heads up, like, okay, here's what we're going to be looking for from this point forward?
Yeah, so with any ordinance change, we get out ahead of it, and we would make sure that the community as a whole is aware of these changes, so that they understand that licensing and regulations is required, and then we would make contact again with these businesses that are not in compliance to help them get the steps that they need to come within compliance of the ordinance.
Ronald, as an investigator, obviously we've been focused on this new law, as we should. We want to make everyone aware of some of the changes that may be happening here in Metro government. But with that being said, what other investigations, what type of investigations do you have with the ABC?
So at ABC, in general, we regulate, of course, alcohol establishments that sell alcohol, whether it's to be consumed there or package sales to be consumed elsewhere. That includes restaurants, nighttime entertainment locations. In addition to that, ABC also ensures that we regulate the armed security, food truck vendors that are here in Louisville, and the importance of that is if they're licensed, when they're licensed through us, they have to be inspected the health department and the fire inspection to ensure that those businesses, those mobile vendors, have safe practices and the food's prepared in a safe manner. So if it doesn't have a license issued by us, then we're usually finding those to include impounding those vehicles if they're out unlicensed operations.
Ronald, I would imagine your position, you're making a real difference. I mean, and it seems to me like it's varied. It can be all kinds of issues, when you're talking about the ABC. Is it rewarding for you? Tell me about, the satisfaction that you get from your position.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I get to sit with several detectives that they go out. They're very passionate, as well as I am, to get out and make the community a safer, community to grow, to raise our children and now grandchildren in. So that's our approach is a no nonsense approach. We're very business, very proactive into the businesses because we want to be very business friendly. So we don't want to just set regulation and not give an avenue to come within compliance. So our biggest thing here is that at ABC is we want to take and mentor into businesses that want to be successful by showing them, giving them the resources to be successful in safe practices. And then the bad actors that again are just running unsafe businesses that are creating a community, concern for community safety. Then we have avenues to address those as well.
Yeah, so it's all not bad stuff. You want restaurants and bars to thrive and to be successful, and places that our families can visit, as you mentioned. So,
absolutely.
Well, on behalf of our audience here in Louisville Now, thank you for what you do. I appreciate it, Ron.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Coming up here on Louisville Now, we need a little culture, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about art, maybe see a little bit of art, Metro Arts. We'll talk about all of that next. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back on Louisville Now.
Want to know what's happening in your city? MetroTV shows your government in action. MetroTV is the only place you will see every minute of Metro Council meetings live. Be informed, be prepared, be a part of our community. Stay connected with Louisville MetroTV on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, YouTube, and Spectrum Cable Channel 184. MetroTV, engage, empower, entertain.
My daughter is Alexandria Nicole Daggett. She was a Beta Club member. She loved volleyball. She was murdered on March 14, 2020 at the ripe age of 20. They use TikTok and social media so much, and you don't know who your friend really is that's on that other end and what lifestyle they're living, and you can become a victim of it.
Copper wire theft is robbing us of our safety. Thieves are targeting our essential infrastructure, darkening roadways, disrupting emergency services, shutting down internet networks, and causing over $1 million in damages just last year. Copper wire theft is illegal. Mayor Craig Greenberg's Copper Wire Theft Task Force is getting results, but your help is needed. If you see something suspicious, call Crime Stoppers at 502-582-CLUE. You could get a $5,000 reward. Welcome back to Louisville Now. Okay, it's time for a little bit of culture. Lord knows I need a little bit of that, but let's talk about the arts. It's always exciting and fun to talk about the arts. With me now, I've got Kelly Smith and Amy Coralia.
Yes.
Correct? Good. UK Extension Office.
Correct.
You work with the Metro Arts Center.
We do.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your title first, Kelly, and what you oversee.
Okay, great. We are with the Jefferson County Cooperative Extension Office, and under that I'm with 4-H Youth Development. And so we handle everything youth development within the entire county of Jefferson County. Just to let you know, Jefferson County Extension served over 50,000 citizens in the county as of last year. Yes, we're in every metro district and doing a lot of good programming.
Wow, this is good. It's a lot of our mission here is
Yes.
to make people aware of good work like that you're doing. Okay, Amy, classes. Okay, I didn't realize Metro Arts Center had classes. Tell me about those, if you would.
Yes, so I'm Amy Corrales. I'm a 4-H program assistant, and at the Metro Arts Center, we offer the 4-H art program. So it's wonderful. So it's a way for the kids to do self-expression, gain their confidence, and learn some skills that hopefully help them later in life. So yeah.
Yeah, you guys got to help me out because I think 4-H and I think agriculture.
Absolutely.
This is different. So tell me about how this works for 4-H.
Well, we actually we operate under 7 core curriculum, and one of those is agriculture. Another is arts and community leadership, health and nutrition. And so we offer a lot of 4-H clubs in the community. Not only Metro Arts facility, a lot of the park community centers, libraries, schools. We're in school, after school, and even at our office. We have 4-H clubs, and those can range from arts, to photography. We might be making fair projects. We may be working with our horse club. So, doing a lot.
Yeah.
I see that Amy has props. I love props. Okay. So what do you have, Amy? What do you want to show
So
us?
actually, I brought an example of our art curriculum that we use, and for the month of October, we went over contour drawing. So we did different techniques of shadowing, hatch, crosshatch, directional, burnish, all these different techniques we learned, and then the kids were able to make their own comic book for the month of October by contour drawing.
I think everyone wants to do that,
Yes,
right?
so contour drawing adds dimension to your picture. It adds different textures, and it's all just with your pencils. So if you have pencil and paper, you can do this.
Did you do that?
I did, yes, sir. Yes.
Very good. You got talent.
I love art. It's something that I've done ever since I was little. So yes.
I think as a parent, now of course my kids, both my boys are grown up now, but with that being said, you want your kids to be balanced. To, whether it be music, art, math, whatever the case may be, balance is important. Is that part of your mission?
It is, and 4-H is all hands-on learning. And so not only are we doing that, but we're always encouraging these youth to be the best that they can be and, improve social skills, improve their self-confidence, doing life skills that will prepare them for their future as well. And that's what 4-H is doing.
So, Amy, if someone is interested in your programs, do they have to be a member of 4-H? How do they find out details? How does that work?
Yes, well, they can look on our website, which is Jefferson County Cooperative Extension. They can call our office, and they can also just show up to the Metro Arts facility. So we meet the second Tuesday of every month from 5:30 to 6:30. So yeah, and it's
right.
great. And 4-H offers a safe place where you can just be yourself.
Yeah, I really admire what 4-H does because I'm proud of the agriculture, of course, here in Kentucky, a big economically helping the state so much. But also, it's nice to hear that there's much more to 4-H than just what my former thoughts were. So
there is.
nice to hear. You mentioned something here that I find interesting, Kelly. You said you serve 50,000 people. How big is your staff? Obviously, you've got to be taxed to the max.
Yes, there's just a few of us, to be
my
honest.
goodness.
Yes, and we do have a lot of classes, and we hand out a lot of education. And so earlier when Kristen was talking about soil samples, that's just 2 of our areas. We also have food and nutrition, and so we do a lot of recipe, healthy cooking. So it's any way we can, we hand out information.
Should there
our
be any
office.
events that folks who are watching Louisville Now, are there any events coming up that you guys would like to discuss or any classes that they might be interested in?
We are working on an open house for our office, and so we will be posting that on either the Jefferson County Extension page or Jefferson County 4-H. So just keep an eye on that on our Facebook page
good.
and our website.
So is that way, folks could get an introduction to exactly what you do?
Exactly.
So I don't mean to be repetitive, but Amy, if you would, tell them again how to get in touch with you and how to find more information.
Yes, sir. They can call our office, which is Jefferson County Cooperative Extension. They can also go to our website, Facebook page. We also are on Instagram, and they can call us and let us know that they would like to come. So the 4-H age is 9 to 18.
Thank you both for what you do.
Yes, thank you so much.
You make me proud to be a Kentuckian. I really appreciate that. And
Absolutely.
You and I know you've worked for the community for a long time, Kelly. It's always good to see you again.
You too.
And nice to meet you, Amy.
Nice to meet you too, sir.
All right, so we're learning a lot of new things here on Louisville Now, and we appreciate you joining us. So again, Louisville Now, tell your friends. We're all over the place, whether it be Apple, Roku, YouTube, but of course we like you joining us, whatever is convenient for you. Thank you. Spread the word. Tell your friends about Louisville Now. Again, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.